Good morning, students. Welcome to your English class. Today we will learn about the prose lesson, Unit 2, I Can't Climb Trees Anymore by Ruskin Bond. Let us look at the author and read about the author. Ruskin Bond was born in Kasauli, Himachal Pradesh on 19th May 1934. He completed his education at Bishop Cotton School in Shimla. He is an award-winning Indian author of British descent. He is considered to be an icon among Indian writers, children's author, and a top novelist. The Indian Council for Child Education has recognized his role in the growth of children's literature in India. He got the Sahitya Academy Award in 1992 for Our Trees Still Grow in Dehra. He was awarded the Padma Shri in 1999 and Padma Bhushan in 2014. As a prolific writer, he has written over 500 short stories, essays, and novels. His popular novel, The Blue Umbrella, was made into a Hindi film and was awarded the National Film Award for the Best Children's Film in 2007. Okay, so now this story about I Can't Climb Trees Anymore. It is an exciting short story by Ruskin Bond. The story underlines a very basic feature of our lives, searching the memories of old days by going back to the places of childhood and finding those people who once were part of our everyday life. So it brings back the nostalgia of the childhood memories, childhood days that has been forgotten with the passage of time. So let us read the story given below and find out why the visitor feels that he can't climb. Okay. He stood on the grass verge by the side of the road and looked over the garden wall at the old house. It hadn't changed much. The old house, built with solid blocks of granite, wasn't altered at all. But there was a new outhouse, and there were fewer trees. He was glad to see that the jackfruit tree still stood at the side of the building, casting its shade on the wall. So this is about a middle-aged man who comes back to his ancestral home, and he is looking at the house, and which is over the garden, a wall at the old house. It was not changed much, but there were not much of trees, but he was glad to see that the jackfruit tree is still there. They have not cut down the jackfruit tree, it is still there. He remembered his grandmother saying, "A blessing rests on the house where the shadow of a tree falls." And so the present owners must be also receiving the tree's blessings. So it is actually a superstitious thinking of the old age people. They think that it is a blessing to have such trees, and the shadow of the tree falling in the house, it is something to do with a superstitious belief. Okay, next. At the spot where he stood, there had once been a turnstile. So turnstile, you can look at the image. It is an old turnstile gate. This is how the turnstile looks. And as a boy, he would swing on it, going round and round until he was quite dizzy. So the gate, if you can see, it is on that vertical post. It goes round and round. You can go swinging on it. Now the turnstile was gone. The opening walled up. Tall hollyhocks grew on the other side of the wall. So hollyhocks is a brightly colored showy flower. So if you look at this picture, you can see this is how the hollyhock flowers look like. So he's staring at that hollyhocks and he's looking at that wall and just staring at the house. So suddenly he hears someone asking him, "What are you looking at?" It was a disembodied voice at first. Moments later, a girl stood framed between dark red hollyhocks, staring at the man. She was only 12 or 13 with lively eyes and long black hair. So he's replying then, "I'm looking at the house. Is it yours?" he asked. So for that the girl is replying, "No, it's my father's." "Why? Do you want to buy it?" So the girl is little inquisitive, why this stranger, this man is staring at my house. So she's asking him, "Why are you looking at this house?" "This is my father's house." "Why you want to buy this house?" he's asking. She's asking that stranger. Next. "And what does your father do?" So the stranger, the middle-aged man, is asking that girl, "What does your father do?" So the girl is replying, "He is only a colonel." Only a colonel. She's emphasizing, stressing on that, because if you see in the next line, "Well, he should have been a brigadier by now." The man burst out laughing. So it's something funny. So it's something witty actually. "It's not funny," she said. "Even mommy says he should be a brigadier." It was on the tip of his tongue to make a witty remark. Perhaps that's why he is still a colonel. So this is actually, he's thinking in his mind. It is in the tip of his tongue. He wants to tell this, but it is in his mind. Perhaps that's why he is still a colonel. But he did not want to give offense. So they stood on either side of the wall, appraising each other. "Do you want to buy it?" This little girl is asking that stranger. So he's replying, "No," he said. "Well," she said, "if you don't want to buy the house, what are you looking at?" So for that the man replies, "I used to live here 25 years ago, as a boy, as a young man, and then my grandmother died, and we sold the house and went away." So that is why he is looking at the house. Okay. So the remaining part of the lesson we will continue in the next class. Now let's look at the glossary, the meanings of few of the words which we have just read in this lesson. Turnstile, as I showed you earlier in the picture, it is a mechanical gate consisting of revolving horizontal arms fixed to a vertical post, allowing only one person at a time to pass through. Hollyhocks, a tall Eurasian plant of the mallow family with large showy flowers. I've showed you in the picture. It is a beautiful big flower, showy flowers, colorful flowers. It's not only dark red, there are many multiple colors also available in this hollyhocks family of plants. Disembodied, meaning existing without the body. So here in that context, so you get this word is used because he only hears that girl's voice because he is very seriously staring at the house. So he hears only the girl's voice, and so the word is used, existing without the body. He does not notice that small little girl standing there looking at him. Next, colonel, a rank of officer in the army. Brigadier, a rank of officer in the British Army above the colonel. Witty, using words in a clever and funny way. So the remaining part of the lesson will be continued in the following week. Thank you children for listening carefully. It's a very wonderful, interesting story. We will continue with the remaining part of the story in the next week. Thank you children.